Capcom, or I should say Cap Goat, has released some trailers for their upcoming games, and I'm super excited for what's going to come next in 2024. Let's take a look. Let's go. Let's go. I'm hoping for Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Hell yeah, brothers. Give me some Resident Evil.
Hello everyone, welcome to Capcom Next Summer 2024. Today we'll be giving updates on 3 titles. Dead Rising is back from the dead with a deluxe remaster. Check out this and other games from Capcom this summer.
So I'm, a lot of people haven't been looking at this game, but I really like
Check out
this strategy title that's coming up. I'm a big fan of like tower defense stuff, so I'm hoping this will kind of scratch that itch. And, them trying different things and introducing new IPs, hopefully it does well. I think it'll pay off. Lately, Capcom has not missed, in my opinion. So yeah, and if you bring up any examples of them missing, I'll say you're lying and doesn't denounce you as a person.
And other games from Capcom this summer. But first, we'd like to tell you about this title.
Yes, let's go. Look at that. It just looks clean, baby. I have high hopes for this.
Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess will launch on July 19th, 2024. We're excited for you to immerse yourself in the unique Japanese-inspired setting.
God, the art style is what really sets us apart, though. If you take a look, like, it's based on, like, a lot of Japanese folklore, or, like, what do they call them? Yokai, I think. And the style of it is very creative, so hopefully they carry it forward. I think it looks great. It looks fun.
The innovative gameplay combines elements of both action and strategy games. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is set on Mount Kafuku, which has been covered by defilement. When the sun sets, the sinister Seethe emerge to attack the mountain. During the day, you'll explore the villages, help fix the broken contraptions and purify the villagers. Then you'll be able to give the villagers roles and choose where to place them.
Hell yeah.
It's critical.
See, we don't get many, like, AA or AAA tower defenses that have a lot of production, are really well done. So this could fit the gap. There is definitely a need for it. Like I said, I think this market is definitely not saturated, and we could use kind of a shakeup. So it's cool to see this, be brought up.
To use your daylight time wisely. The game will test the player's decision-making abilities.
Hell yeah.
During the night phase, the Seethe attack the villages. Fight with the protagonist So's.
Look at some of that monster design really quick. It's so sick looking, honestly. Take a look at that. Look at that, dude. Some horror shit. That'll give you nightmares.
The night phase, the Seethe attack the villages. Fight with the protagonist So's graceful sword attacks. Issue commands to the villagers, helping you to protect the maiden Yoshiro. The player repeats this day-night cycle and purifies villages with Yoshiro to bring peace back to the mountain.
Let's go.
The Seethe attack the villages in many different forms. Getting help from the villagers is essential to make it through the wide array of challenges presented. Upgrade villager roles to give yourself more support. You can freely reset upgrades and redistribute them to other roles. Customize the roles however you want.
So I hope you can get more intricate, build out, different skills for each of your villagers too. Kind of, spec them out in different ways. Hoping we get a little bit more in depth. We'll see though.
You'll also be able to upgrade So as you play through the game. Upgrade attacks, unlock archery, and use skills to summon the villagers. There are a variety of elements that can be upgraded. Combine So's upgrades with abilities from Tsuba Guards and Mazo Talismans. Expand the strategies and actions the player...
Okay, so yeah, you can build out the movement a little bit more, maybe specialize in something that you feel would better suit different situations. Yeah, you know, like I said, it's already feeding the some things I'd want. Hopefully it gets a little bit more in depth, but we'll see.
Can take.
Look at that.
Work effectively with
So
the villagers
sick.
and guide.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're based off yokai. Not 100% sure, but I think that's where it's coming from. It definitely has that like fantasy Japanese style.
Yoshiro as you
Super dead.
purify the villages.
Hell yeah.
Next, take a look at this.
Demo available. Helping out boys and girls. Look at that, that's so sick. Honestly, it's a lot of the art style and the strategy that's grabbing me. So like, you know, again, looks super fun. Hoping for the best on this one. I don't think I'll be disappointed, of course.
The demo version will be available from today. You can play part of the main story in a demo version, and there's no limit on playtime or the number of times you can play. We're excited for you to experience this unique combination of action and strategy.
I hope this goes really far, even, you know, if it gets well done enough. If you guys really like it, hopefully it gets enough support and we could see some higher iterations. Maybe they get more in depth. I could see this. You know, Capcom does a really good job with long-standing titles, and I would like to see strategy kind of built in with their stuff, because they have a lot of, you know, really good action-based games, but not enough strategy, in my opinion. So it's cool to see this. Now, you could argue some of their things, like Monster Hunter has a lot of strategy, but, you know, not as much like the tactics as like something specific like this, you know.
We also have a new announcement.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's so sick, Okami! I'm soying, guys. I'm 300%
To
soy
celebrate
right
the
now.
demo version, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess will have a collaboration with the 2006 action-adventure hit Okami. Collaboration costumes for the main character, So, and the maiden Yoshiro.
That's sick.
There will be collaboration weapons, and we have collaboration music in the game as well. In order to celebrate the Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess demo, we're having a special festival. One of the themes of Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is working with others to achieve a goal. If enough players work together and try the demo version, we will include the Okami collaboration items as a free title update on release day for everyone.
Oh, hell yeah. Everyone jump on, all right? If any of you guys watching, you got some homework for you, please jump on, support the game, play it. I want that Okami day one version, okay?
Purchases a copy of the game. For details, please see our website and social media accounts.
Hell yeah, brother.
Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess is available for pre-order.
Now, you guys might look down on me, but I pre-ordered this already, you know? You know, you shouldn't pre-order before they buy, and I wouldn't recommend you do it, but I just have a good feeling I want to support this game. You know, I think I really like Capcom going outside their bubble for this one. So yeah, and I really like the art style. So
Talismans
for me,
for
it's a pre-order.
Soul and a mini art book are included as pre-order
Don't pre-order, though. Don't do what I did, okay, guys? Be responsible.
bonuses. Check out the demo version, available today.
All right, looks sick. No complaints so
Next
far.
up, a new look for some fan favorites.
Now this.
Want the inside scoop on the recently revealed Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster? We've put together
Yes.
an exclusive top
Yes.
secret program full
Yes.
of undead mayhem. Join us as we sit down with key development team.
I am a huge fan of the Dead Rising game, the first one. I played the first one, played a bit of the second one, almost beat it. And then, you know, for whatever reason, I was able to beat it. And then they made 3 and 4. I always wanted to play 3 and 4, but I absolutely loved the first game. Played it at least, I think, twice over. Really enjoyed it. Love the wacky nature, the zombies, and the different ways you can kind of like cause mayhem in the store. And the psychopaths were so fucking cool. Yeah, I can't complain. I really hope that they, you know, knock it out of the park. And, you know, the one thing I didn't like was the timer, but I feel like it was kind of loose. I didn't feel like super restricted as long as you stayed on the path, but it did kind of deviate in the first one where you kind of felt it was a little bit tighter. So maybe loosen up on that. A little bit to so people have more of the ability to want to free roam and, you know, do wacky kills with the zombies, putting buckets on their heads and shooting them with Mega Man lasers that they gave you. So hopefully we get more of that, but we'll see.
Members from each title to unearth the secrets of Dead Rising and the new look for Resident Evil 7. First, take a look at the trailer.
Let's go. It's looking crisp.
Say, buddy, you mentioned something about research for a story. Frank West.
Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days.
Sorry, guys. Let's go. I want to see some additions, because I played this game twice, and, you know, don't get me wrong, it is old. It could do with a remaster, but I would like some additions added to it, some more weapons, more chaos, different modes. So hopefully we get a little bit of that.
What? Did you just say zombies?
Take a look
The
out
nostalgia. You know how many times I ran up and down these steps on that game, dude? Yeah.
Those ain't zombies. What would you call them?
Let's go. Oh, it's bringing back so many memories.
Quick, move! Get over here!
God, the psychopaths were so sick. They were just wacky, goofy, Capcom nature, and they would just have the most ridiculous lines. Oh, I'm trying to remember one. Dude, the clown.
Stay away from there, Gramps!
It's so ridiculous.
Everyone used to laugh at me. I was a walking punchline. But not anymore.
He just had, all it takes is one bad day, guys. You know, what's the Joker line?
When the zombies came, everyone died.
I'm sorry for anybody who's afraid of clowns, guys. This actually I just realized, like, I find this funny, but this might be horrifying for you. But, yeah, it's just the goofy, wacky nature. Like, this random clown sitting in the mall juggling chainsaws. It went crazy from the zombie. What?
People are left on this fun ride. I won't let you stop the ride, Gramps. If the ride stops, then the zombies come back. And that won't be any fun at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the goofy, off nature, I really hope they keep that. You know, some people are really disappointed with Resident Evil 4 remake because it kind of kicked out of a lot of the campiness and the wacky nature, and I understand. Honestly, I missed it. So I hope they do keep it and kind of keep that same energy going forward, and I want them to expand personally, so we'll see. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh. Okay, they kept it. Thank God. Hell yeah. Oh my God! I'm so in. I'm stoked.
What you just witnessed is the newly released trailer for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. You may be thinking, that looks like a full-on remake. We had the same thought, so we spoke with 3 key staff to get to the bottom of this deluxe remaster. We began our investigation with director Ryosuke Murai. Well, actually, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to call this game a remake, considering the work we put into it. Before we could even ask a question, Murai was giving us the inside scoop about the game.
Okay. Please, hope for some more features, some more kills, please.
The first thing you'll notice is the improved graphics. The new specs allow the game to run at 4K 60 FPS. We've also made quite a few quality of life improvements, like the ability to move while aiming, as well as other...
Okay, that's huge. That's huge. Yeah, they're already with this remake. They're modernizing it a bit already. You can tell.
Adjustments to make controlling Frank more intuitive. Thanks to popular demand, we've added an autosave feature and fine-tuned the user interface. The game will be fully voiced in 9 languages, with text in 14, giving more players around the world a chance to enjoy characters' dialogue. We've also made some improvements to NPC behavior that we hope will make surviving the zombie apocalypse with all the colorful characters that much more...
Yeah, dude, I will say the NPCs on their own would get... It felt more annoying to escort them, but, you know, hopefully they kind of improve the AI and make them a little bit smarter and not have to... You don't have to babysit them as close, so... Yeah, actually, that is a huge improvement. I did get annoyed a lot of times on that, so yeah, it's good to know that's been improved.
That sounds like a complete overhaul. It makes me wonder if the game's main concept is still intact. If you've played the original, rest assured that its core remains unchanged in this deluxe remaster. We did our best to respect the direction of the original game. We kept the fundamental gameplay the same while improving upon the user experience. With this, we believe that both veterans and newcomers alike will be able to enjoy a fresh experience.
So I'm not hearing more combat moves, more X, you know, I'm hoping to hear that. We don't know yet, but, you know, hopefully get to it.
Our goal was to ensure that today's players would experience the same shock players felt when the original game was released. We believe we accomplished this goal with Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. We hope that everyone will give it a try. Unable to get any definitive answers out of director Murai, we gave art director Satoshi Takamatsu the 3rd degree. It turns out he had ambitions of his own for this project. Because the original came out 18 years ago, there were many limitations.
Damn, dude. Way to make me feel old, okay? I remember playing this as a kid and I absolutely loved it. So man, 18 years ago, that's a trip. Hopefully, you know, this does well, you know, and yeah, we'll see.
During development. Thanks to nearly 2 decades of technological advancements, we were able to accomplish a lot that couldn't be done back then. For example, Resident Evil, Capcom's other zombie franchise, focused on quality.
Yeah, the quantity is a big thing. And with today's technology, being able to push that, let's see what they could do. Maybe open these areas out, triple times the density. You're just mowing them down, some Dynasty Warrior style. I'm down for that. And so I do like these small sections where they're kind of spaced out so you can do a little bit more creative kills. Maybe if you want to do more of the, you know, the body slams, stuff like that. Giving a little bit of breathing room is good. But yeah, I do want those dense, hugely packed rooms. So hopefully
for quantity, Dead Rising took a different approach.
Hell yeah.
The goal was to pack as many zombies as possible into that huge shopping mall. This meant each individual zombie wasn't as polished as we would have liked. However, this time around, we were able to focus on quality as well. As the art director, I couldn't be more pleased.
They definitely kept the same style too, which is good to see. You could definitely still get the same feeling from each character.
That we were able to apply high-end modeling and production to both the main character Frank and all of the NPCs. Of course, another critical aspect of Dead Rising that we have to address is the shopping mall setting. In the original game, the Willamette Parkview Mall is made up of several areas, like Entrance Plaza and Paradise Plaza, each with its own unique characteristics. We've taken these designs and evolved them even further by adding real-time lighting and shadow effects, so that each location takes on a different appearance, depending on the time of day.
Yeah, and the nighttime features and the contrast to what the zombies will look like, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, was really cool. So hopefully you can get some really good contrast to how the zombies act and everything at night. So yeah, hopefully they get to that.
That's how much detail we've put into this project. For character animations, we tried to limit unnecessary changes and use the original character animations. For character animations, we tried to limit unnecessary changes and use the original data as much as possible, especially during action scenes. We could have made them more realistic with today's tools. But we wanted
Was that new? I couldn't tell. Did that look new to you guys? Am I crazy? Please tell me if it's
to
new.
preserve the unique and comical movements
Yes.
that made the original Dead Rising so special.
That was a problem I feel like they had in Resident Evil 4, is that I just feel like they lost a good portion of like what made Resident Evil so great as far as the story. Still a great game, but I think the original story just, I don't know, I liked it a lot more for the weird campy nature. Still liked 4, but yeah, it definitely was missing what made the 4th one a little special. That would have done well, I think, in a remake.
Takamatsu was finally giving us the info we were looking for. However, we couldn't stop there. We had to know why this is called a deluxe remaster. To do that, we tracked down the game's producer and managed to get his account. I think Dead Rising is a unique game with extremely tight game design, even by today's standards. However, we also knew the original game was released 18 years ago, and that improvements were needed to reach a modern audience. That's why we focused on improving playability, in addition to overhauling the graphics. This game truly deserves the title of Deluxe Remaster. Its unique game design allows it to stand apart from other zombie games. It feels fresh even today.
Good, okay.
Morimoto took a moment to compose himself before divulging something terrifying.
Oh?
Here at Capcom, we're no strangers to zombies.
Oh man, I didn't know all these different designs for zombies. I really like this one. I really like the artistic design of this one. This looks kind of like cartoonish, and I don't know. I really like it. It's cool.
But this game takes it to another level.
Okay.
With a wry smile on his face, Morimoto took out his phone and showed it to us. And there it was, Resident Evil 7, in a form we never imagined. Capcom is thrilled to bring its third Resident Evil title to the iPhone 15 Pro and other Apple devices.
You know, the phone market is gigantic. People really underestimate how large the gaming industry for cell phones and mobile. But I just don't understand. I never understood the appeal. It's just bad controls. Obviously I'm preaching to the choir. If you guys are here, it's because you obviously love these console games and they've really held a place in your heart. But I just don't understand. Like Resident Evil. You want to play that on a phone? It's just so crazy to me. Like, what? I don't know.
The game has been optimized greater than ever before to ensure the best possible RE experience. As with Resident Evil Village and RE4...
The whole point of some of this stuff is also immersion. Like, the whole... Especially 7. It took a very horror horror aspect to it. I feel like a phone would kind of miss that. Am I crazy? Like, you're very immersed, shutting off all the lights, putting on some nice headphones or some good speakers, and just like playing through it, running through this dark, damp house, having this big viewing area of it, and you're moving around and feeling vulnerable or feeling like you're stuck in the house. The phone kind of takes all that away. I don't know. It's just a far less viewer-friendly experience, especially for horror, I feel like. Horror has a huge thing on immersion. I don't know.
Or using a controller like the DualSense or a mobile controller that attaches directly to the phone allows for a surprisingly comfortable gameplay experience. That being said, when playing on a mobile device without a controller, we felt the standard virtual controller just didn't cut it. So the development team took it upon themselves to optimize the touch controls for Resident Evil 7 on iOS. One of the biggest challenges we faced was implementing the auto fire feature.
All right, for phone lovers, this is for you. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should skip this. Who wants to watch Resident Evil 7 mobile? Okay, you know what?
This setting so that
I said the full event. We're gonna look at the full
fires
event.
automatically when aiming at an enemy, making it much easier to play without the use of peripherals. The early Resident Evil games also had auto-aiming. Despite the differences in specs, Morimoto wasn't willing to compromise on usability. With Apple's help, he was able to take on new challenges that prioritized the immersive experience.
No, actually, I'm skipping, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all mobile. No.
The menu, options, and inventory are now all touchscreen compatible, allowing for a more intuitive experience.
If nothing happens, I'm probably going to skip this for you guys. Sorry for anybody interested in mobile, but I'm here for it. No, I'm so sorry. Actually, you know what? Here's what I will say. Mobile users, if you're watching, I hope this fancies your needs. I'll keep it in here just for you guys, but it's just not my thing.
The first part of the game is free to play.
But I'll fake it for you guys. What? Free to play?
Resident Evil 7 is guaranteed to be frightful fun. If you have a compatible device, we highly recommend checking it out to see what you think. Since its release in 2017, Resident Evil 7 has sold 13 million copies. Now it's available in a new form on Apple devices. Up next, a confession from Koshi Nakanishi, the director behind the classic.
It's crazy.
Resident Evil was, well, if I'm being honest, as a brand, we were off track. And legendary director Yoshinori Kawano discloses the secret origin of Dead Rising. I feel like Dead Rising is the classic zombie game.
Me too, all right? Dead Rising does not get the respect it deserves, okay? It's a great series, okay?
In the second half of the program, we'll learn previously untold stories about how the game...
Now, they did make one bad Resident Evil game. I mean, they did make one bad Dead Rising game, okay? I understand the hate, 100%, in my opinion, justified on that one. But Dead Rising was a good franchise. You can have a bad game, okay? You can have one bad game,
Games were developed. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster will have an emergency digital launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam on September 19th.
That's this year. That's crazy.
The Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered Digital Deluxe Edition.
I feel like we're eating pretty good this year. Am I crazy? Am I the only one? Some people said it was a dry year. I completely disagree. I have been eating swell, okay? Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming out. I am absolutely over the moon on that. I will be playing the shit out of that. My neighbors will probably hear me as I'm trying to charge up with various Dragon Ball characters.
Will include additional costumes and mall background music, and will be available with the regular version on September 19th.
Let's go.
Dead Rising fans shouldn't miss the Dead Rising Original Pack, included as a pre-order bonus. Pre-orders are available as a pre-order bonus.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to include 2 and everything was going to be remastered. I was like, are you serious?
Pre-orders are available starting today.
I'm stoked on this. For me, this is going to be a buy, honestly. Jumping back into that world, the dense zombie-filled playground, essentially. Easy buy for me, personally. But then again, I'm a Capcom shill at this point, all right? Capcom, pay me. I will do all your events, okay? I'll be there, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, smiling ear to ear, dude. Kidding me?
Welcome to the family, son.
I like Resident Evil 7. Now, there did have its faults. For some, kind of dragged on, I felt like, towards the end, but I absolutely love this story. I thought it was creative. I like the horror elements of it. I honestly really thought it was a good game, regardless of the criticisms. It's a shame that people really disliked it. But, to each their own. I understand. I understand its faults. God, this song is sick too. I don't know. Let's go. If anybody hasn't played Resident Evil 7 based on, people's feedback, I would say it's definitely worth a play. But, like I said, to each your own.
Capcom's two major zombie games, Dead Rising and Resident Evil 7, come to be made in the first place. We interviewed the directors of both titles to learn more about the games. First, we have Koshi Nakanishi, the distinguished director of Resident Evil 7. Follow along as he shares previously undisclosed information about the game's origin. When we first started development, Resident Evil was... well, if I'm being honest, as a brand, we were off track. The action element had been expanded, and fans reacted much more negatively than expected. In the end, an RE game has to be scary.
Yeah.
So we took
I think they're referring to 6, if I was mistaken. I'm sorry. But yeah, 6 took way too much action, and I think people were completely put off by it. So 7 was a return to form for them, really going back to the horror roots of what they wanted to do for Resident Evil. But some people think they overshot it in that direction. A lot of people were too scared to play the game. Or they, there were other criticisms for it. I thought it was great. I love horror personally,
another look at it. And the general consensus from fans of the series was that a Resident Evil game is one that should scare the hell out of you.
Yes.
That was the starting point for Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil from the beginning, and those early games were terrifying. I was excited to try and make Resident Evil 7 into a game that would live up to the RE name. The fear-inducing Resident Evil that Nakanishi was after had a major impact upon its release. But the course that he chose was far from the path of least resistance. In order to make a fear-focused Resident Evil, many elements of the game had to be re-evaluated from scratch. Like the setting, characters, the game system. Anything that didn't induce fear had to change. And sometimes we threw the whole thing out. And in order to make it scarier, we decided to go with a first-person point of view. Up to that point, RE had been third-person perspective with the character on the screen.
True.
But when you're viewing the world from a safe distance behind a character, it's not as immersive and frightening. First person.
Yeah, I don't think I've been ever. There are times where I'm gonna open up to you guys. Sometimes I've gotten scared from games. Okay, I don't want to admit this, but there are times I turn off all the lights and I put on some nice surround headphones, nice screen in front of me. Just am fully immersed up to my eyes. I think I'm in the game. I'm running through the town or the haunted mansion, and there's times I've jumped, and I think I jumped in Resident Evil 7. All right, it's embarrassing it is to admit, but I just loved it. I thought it was super cool. I thought it was fun. And you get that with the first person. You get the real immersion. I feel like feeling like you're in control. As opposed to seeing somebody else that you're moving.
Is you to be up close and personal. And that's exactly what we were trying to accomplish. How did Kawano perceive the target audience for this game?
Me.
We weren't sure whether to target a casual or core audience. However, we trusted management's concepts and made what we thought would be fun.
Alright.
Kawano had a range of experience directing Mega Man Legends and Breath of Fire, and he was
bring Breath of Fire back. Why? Why did they do this to me? Why would you even reference it there? Bring it back. All right? I'm sick of this. I've been blue-balled for too long. The people want it back. I saw the Capcom survey. In fact, there's a video on my channel that you can... No, but I really liked Breath of Fire. I loved the RPG elements of it. It was super fun. Great story. Please bring it back. I would do a lot of things, Capcom. Want to hit me up to do some dirty deeds? Some signed contracts in the dark? I'm your guy, okay?
confident in this new genre. We wanted to put the main character somewhere that was overrun with zombies. Most games might ordinarily make their main character a cop or a soldier.
Yeah.
A badass, decked out in gear, ready for the situation.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a big fan of those games too, but...
But we thought going in that direction would dilute the madness and unpredictability of the zombie outbreak. So, we made him a journalist. We focused the story on him being trapped in a place full of zombies, trying to escape, and rescuing survivors along the way, so that they can all make it out together.
I do think him being a journalist added to the absurdity of Dead Rising. It was a very absurdist game. So, like, you know, here's this, I'm a journalist, as he casually is mowing down thousands of zombies and killing other humans and psychopaths and fighting military at some point. I need to get the inside scoop as he's as he's beheading somebody with a shovel, you know? It's like, come on, dude. I did love it. It was fun. Let's go, Frank.
Kawano faced challenges during development. It's clear, though, that he still has the same passion for the game. In terms of the narrative, there's a zombie outbreak. We wanted the player to encounter people trying to escape and others who have become a bit unhinged, making them feel like they're trapped in the outbreak. On the development team, we all felt like it was a fun game, but others who saw the game were kind of taken aback. Some even asked whether it was okay to make a game that was so violent. For a second, we started to doubt ourselves.
Who ever said that should be fired today? I want their head served to me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Such an innovative project was bound to grapple with internal friction. But Kawano had a trump card to play: fan expectations. We previewed it at a game show and got mobbed. Players loved that you could use a parasol to kill zombies or put buckets on their heads. That's when I knew we'd done it. I still can't say whether it was targeting core or casual players, but everyone loves zombies and being able to mess around with them in so many ways. I thought people in Japan and abroad would all like the game.
100%.
However, RE4, a game without zombies, was released the year before. Was Dead Rising trying to dethrone the RE franchise?
If they were worried about that, it's crazy how far they've come, because they're not even in the same league at all. Completely different games. So yeah, I feel like that almost is like a saying that maybe it was very different at the time. Because yeah, Dead Rising is definitely a more comical jumping over with a shark approach to gaming. So yeah, it's kind of surprising.
I think that makes Dead Rising one of the classics. Also, I think anything with zombies needs a sense of humor.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
A zombie outbreak is a disaster, but I think you need to laugh too. If there are laughs, you can have some tears as well. Resident Evil, on the other hand, is cooler. The main characters are very cool.
True. Leon is sick. You know, I also like, you know who else I like? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know who else I like? Chris Redfield. Punching boulders, okay? Now that was cool, okay? No, it was stupid, but it was sick. Let's look at the boulder punching. It's a first search, of course it is. Yo! This guy's a gorilla out of me, dude. Punch it! Fuck it! Yes! Not even putting hairs on your chest, guys. I don't know what will, okay? Alright, that was great. Alright. We're almost there, guys. I
Kawano's
enjoyed this
continued passion for the game was evident from his intensity. Shinji Mikami made the Resident Evil games, so of course they have a sense of humor. Giant dolls appear and walk around. But I think we really filled Dead Rising with a ton of ridiculous stuff. If you're looking for a clear answer to that question, in the context of this program, I think it's fair to say that Dead Rising is the classic zombie game. A lot of people played the game when it first came out, but it wasn't the easiest to play.
Really?
Now that it's been made a little more accessible, I'm excited for those who didn't play or couldn't finish to have another
I'm surprised people thought it was difficult to play. Hopefully they expand on that.
chance. Each of the directors had different experiences, but we'd like to salute both for their innovative contributions. And finally, we managed to draw out an intriguing bit of information from director Nakanishi. We'll let him have the final comment. We're making a new Resident Evil.
Yo, let's go! Resident Evil, let's get it. I mean, who didn't see this coming though, guys, right?
It was really difficult to figure out what to do after 7. But I found it. And to be honest, it feels substantial.
Okay.
I can't share any details just yet, but I hope you're excited for the day I can.
Oh, dude, why would you even say that? Come on, man. Substantial? I heard, this is what I heard. Now, and I don't know if these, and this is what I heard, that the next Resident Evil will be open world. Now, there's a leaker that suggested this, so I don't know if there's any validity to this, but if this is going the direction, you know, at first I was a little apprehensive. I was like, do we need another open world game? There's already so many. These open world things were just empty, not very well detailed out. It doesn't really feel like a lot of it's purposeful. I personally like running through a very detailed, purposeful map that everything has some kind of meaning behind it and a reason to why it's placed here, as opposed to feeling like it was randomly generated and it was just to pad out all of these, you know, quote unquote checkpoints for you to feel like you're doing stuff in the world, but really it's just a lot of repetitive and not very creative quests, as opposed to like I said, as opposed to a smaller world where you feel like everything was condensed really well and everything had meaning to it, and you really wanted to be engaged in this world because, you know, although it'd be smaller, each part has its own like narrative and just fits really well into, you know, the story overall. However, I will say this: if they are able to do it, if they are able to make it open world, and, you know, if that's the direction they chose to go, please make it engaging. Make a lot of the places that you visit meaningful. Don't worry so much about filling out the map with these random checkpoints of nothing. And if you are going to do that, at least make it engaging. Make them really contribute to the characters. But even so, I'd prefer not. Even so, I'd prefer not. I hope that they really concentrate on really building out each area and making it detailed and a very livable, breathing experience if they choose to go that direction. I'm not completely opposed to it. A game like Monster Hunter makes more sense to me in that scenario because it is a large, breathing, you know, in biology of different creatures and all different things like that. Whereas Resident Evil, I like the concentrated, like, you know, the mansion where every every door open specific rooms that had, you know, things to do in them. And, you know, you could be ambushed on the corner. You could still do that with an open world for Resident Evil, but man, I just hope that they do it well. There's already so many open world games out there. My hopes are they do, and I'm not writing it off. If they're gonna go this direction, I have faith Capcom could pull it off. So we'll see. Yo, let's go.
Here's a quick roundup of the games we introduced today that will be launching soon. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess launches on July 19th, 2024. Try out the demo today.
Remember, homework. Please jump on the demo. Try it out. See if you like it.
We have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which will be available for iPhone, iPad, and Mac. You can play the opening section for free. And finally, 18 years after the original release, we have the original Zombie Paradise action game, Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. This is more than your average remaster. This is a deluxe remaster, and we hope you're excited. Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, and Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster are available for pre-order. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching.
You know, that was I like this. You know, I'm sure that some people are gonna be disappointed they didn't get their game, but you know, out of everything they showed, Kunitsugami, the Dead Rising game, and Resident Evil all being, you know, great intros. Now, I would have liked a bit more from the Resident Evil introduction, and I would have liked Marvel vs. Capcom, but overall, I really enjoyed this. And hopefully we get some good news coming from you know, other games that they're releasing soon. And I would like to see a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, of some Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm hoping that they're working on the next title, but we'll see. We shall see. Anyways, I enjoyed this. I hope you guys did too. Please sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family. I love you guys, and I'll buy you a puppy maybe. Bye.